it out before, approaching 55,000 miles we've travelled on the World Series this year. Thoroughly enjoyable with those 6 different winners who will be the champ come Sunday night. Will it be 4 on the spin for Michael van Gerwen, or can somebody else have a big say over the next 3 days here in Vienna? Really looking forward to this. It should be a cracking weekend. Raymond Smith, who top dog in Australia at the moment, #1 in the Australian rankings. He will go to the Alexandra Palace for the World Championship, as Jackie mentioned. Terrific arena as well, really
wonderful venue.
Yeah, it's a little bit like Wolverhampton, the Civic Hall there. There's Keegan Brown.
He's had a good year.
Yeah, one of 4 qualifiers to get through the PDPA qualifiers to make it here to
first leg, Raymond to throw first.
This World Series finals, 1st to 6, to play Raymond van Barneveld in round 2 on Saturday night.
Yeah, the last time I seen Raymond Smith was
96.
BDO World Championships. Lost first round to Gert de Vos.
41.
It's a big opportunity, isn't it, for the likes of Brown and Smith and Jamie Lewis.
Well, they need a run in a tournament. Jamie Lewis and Dimitri had fabulous
60.
world champions. Obviously, Dimitri made the final in the world record attended event in Germany, but neither have really kicked on this year.
58.
But Keegan Brown on the tour, on the Pro Tour, he's not got a lot of consistency, but when he's having a good day, he's punching in some big averages.
He could do a semi-final and a quarter-final, but as you say, the problem with Brown this year has been the consistency or lack of it.
Yeah.
But as you say, he put a run together,
42.
won 5 matches in the qualifiers for this event a couple of weeks ago, and then whitewashed Ron Mullenkamp in the final qualifier. So when he's on it, he's on
100.
Well, Steve Beaton in that one, he played 35 legs, and only 3 of them were over 16 darts. Absolutely blitzed the field.
140.
This has been a bit typical of Keegan of late.
49.
And 3 very, very poor visits, and then nearly sticks in a max. But I just got a funny feeling it's all about
55.
MVG this weekend. They're going to feel the wrath.
He's got a point to prove.
Yes.
He's been lacking in the majors in 2018 by his very own high standards.
85. Raymond, you require 94.
May look at treble 18, may look at the bull. Treble 18 was the... That's a great dart. Took the gamble. Oh,
Paid off.
terrific Christopher Mason.
Yep, very, very nice. Looks comfortable up there.
Game on.
That is the advantage of this system.
Well, he was impressive in Melbourne. He lost to Van Gerwen. The luck of the draw didn't go with him.
No shame there.
Yeah, in Brisbane, beat Michael Smith. Played really, really well. But he's won 5 events on the DPA Tour, the Darts Players Australia Tour.
You know, remember, there's a lot of great players involved in that, including Corey Cadby.
Ranked #1. And of course, by finishing top of their order of merit, earns a spot at the World Championship.
130.
What a moment that will be for him.
38-year-old from Brisbane, Queenslander.
There's not a lot wrong with his action.
No, very
Release is
right down the
wonderful.
line, isn't it?
And there's the result. First 180 of the contest. Keegan Brown yet to hit one. And usually, when he is on his game, he hits quite a few.
Well, you remember, he got to the quarterfinals of the Grand Slam.
Yep.
3 or 4 years ago.
Played fabulously that week.
Lost a thriller to Dave Chisnall, if I'm not mistaken. Was a dart or 2 away from getting to the semi-finals.
He'd be in a thriller later against Max Hopp.
42.
Keegan Brown, 26 next week. Terrific crowd, over 2,000.
Where did the years go by? I remember, was it 4 years ago he won
92.
the World Youth?
Really well supported this event. 2,200 in, I think, for the opening night. Approaching 2.5, and then sell out 2,600 over the weekend. Every session.
Well, there's not many tickets. Double 18 for a Ronnie.
111. Raymond, you require
Good effort,
100.
but this will hurt. This is for a breaker throw. Look at 94 in the opening leg, the Aussie. Look at treble 16 for double here. Oh, and again, double 16. Clinical. Clinical.
Combination. Finishing.
Third leg,
Been
Raymond
rather
to
special.
throw
2
first.
from 2.
Game on.
Averaging 91. Similar performance to that against Michael Smith, wasn't it? It was all about the checkouts.
In Brisbane, he was ruthless, yeah. I'm sure he'll
60.
be hoping to be involved in the World Series again down under in New Zealand and Australia next August. All those dates to be confirmed
100.
in the new year.
Don't know how you coached you.
Just get used to it, Chris. No, it's a thrill to do, it really is. It's a fantastic event. The World Series really is spreading the word. Year in, year out.
Its growth has been phenomenal.
But the reaction as well in play, all across Australasia, but the last 2 years, especially in Las Vegas, have been very, very encouraging. Huge reaction
97.
to the World Series coming back to America. Big time darts coming back to America. Of course, we had the record 21,000 at Gelsenkirchen, didn't we, for the German Darts Masters in May.
121.
Talking of records, MVG holds the average record for this tournament, isn't he? 118.
Just the 118.
Against my pal, Paul Nicholson. He's been on the end of it of late. He played brilliantly last weekend in the Europeans and walked into 110 average from Michael. But very encouraging.
Yeah, good to see Nico back.
I hope they
business.
possibly could maybe use him in some of the World Series events down under. Having represented them, so
look at this from Keegan Brown, right in the nick of time. What about that for timing to leave double 14? But Smith has taken out 94, he's taken out 100. He's got the bullseye now. Oh, that hurts. Incredible finishing from the Aussie.
outstanding.
Game on.
Absolutely outstanding. A wonderful celebration.
93.
94, 100, and 87 on the ball.
Well,
I was going to say pretty much perfect, but it is perfect.
it is.
57.
Got a feel for Brown though, last couple of legs. A millimetre away from a 147 finish, and fantastic maximum to leave double 14.
100.
All in vain.
It does take quite a commitment in Australia.
100.
They're playing most weekends, but not as if you could just get in the car and go from Sydney to Perth. It's
any
a 6-hour
alternative
flight,
but to move here like Carl Anderson did, and
Yep.
what Corey Cadby plans to do himself.
130.
I think you might see one or two more of the top Australian players giving Q School a go. The PDC qualifying school in the new year to try and win a tour card.
Well, why not? Once they're here, they've got no entry fees to worry about. Back in the day, you had to
32.
calculate that into everything, and sometimes it worked out to be a little bit too expensive. Oof.
130.
There we go, take that. Leaves tops.
$140. Keegan, you require 40.
Well, if Brown does miss, he might regret that last start. Cancel that.
Finally on the board.
Yeah, he should have gone for the ball on that last start, Raymond Smith. He's been a bit at 25, but he left 167.
All academic. He'll be glad about that.
Yeah. Only on throw. that leg for Keegan. There's one break of throw down, but we'll need 2 to win the match.
43.
Yeah, Smith winning the throw in the practice room. We'll see another very good Australian player coming up next, Damon Heta, against Mike Langendorf.
140.
He's been around a while, Heta. A name that occasionally pops up. In control of this leg. Looks like 4-1 unless Brown can find a Maxi to level things up. Looking forward to Max Hopp and Dave Chisnall later.
Yeah.
81.
You are just joining us, Dawson Merchel, the Canadian, forced to withdraw at the 11th hour, really, through illness. So Max Hopp called in and hot-footing it.
Hot-footing it?
Hot-footing it.
98.
Here to Vienna. The winner for Chisnall plays Gary Anderson.
Also looking forward to Gurney versus Beaton tonight.
90.
Coming up a little bit later.
You require 80.
Can he make it 4 out of 4, the Aussie?
No doubt he can.
94, 100, 87 on the ball, and a 2-dart 84 finish. It's absolutely terrific. Raymond Smith here is coasting, it seems, into the second round. Packed house in Vienna for the World Series finals. The Aussie leads Keegan Brown 4-1.
Game on.
World Series finals 2018 here in Vienna, and it's Australia 4, England 1 in our opening match. Raymond van Barneveld will play the winner in the second round on Saturday night. But the Austrian darting public have come out in their thousands to support this event. After 3 years in
Keegan
Glasgow,
Michael
van Gerwen winning them all, beating Peter Wright 11-10, then 11-9, and then Gary Anderson 11-6.
New venue next year as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Off to Holland. I like the idea of taking this one on the road. I think it makes sense with the fact that it's played all over the world, and
58.
I suppose nowadays they got that not so horrible problem of finding venues big enough. Especially in territories where we know that anything in Germany and Holland is usually so well supported. Well, you do the Premier League over there, don't you? The double header at Rotterdam, and that's sold out within literally hours.
Yeah. The hunger for darts growing year on year out, without a shadow of a doubt. Germany Sulovic, Las Vegas Anderson, Shanghai Smith, Auckland Van Gerwen, Melbourne Wright, Brisbane Cross, those 6 different winners.
And really big wins for especially 2 of them, Cross and Michael Smith.
Yeah, well, the biggest win of Smith's career. And important for Rob Cross to get a TV win under his belt. Absolutely. After his World Championship.
81.
The averages we've added in darts over the
good stuff here from Keegan Brown. Unlucky with the last dart, looking for the treble 18. How much pressure will he be on? 4-1. Really playing catch up here.
137. Can you record 58?
Single 18 for tops, you would think, to get another leg back.
Only be a holder's throw though, Stu.
38.
Long way off.
And we know what Smith can do with these big finishes, the combination shots. 4 from 4.
He's on again. He's on again.
70.
Just the wrong side of the wire.
20.
You could hear the clunk of tungsten on metal. Keegan Brown making sure the Aussie doesn't get another shot.
Into the 7th leg now, and the averages are decent. 94.45 for Smith, 92.68 for Brown. Very respectable first game on.
96.
Incredibly, just in the World Series, there's been 14 averages, big averages, but if we go on sort of the lowest of the big averages, 109.83 by Peter Wright in Perth in 2016. And there's 13 higher than that. Just incredible.
Numbers you could only dream of.
Well, my highest fits in there quite nicely. My 112.52. Over 19 legs. Not 6.
60.
Important leg this. Keegan Brown find a way.
98.
Good thinking there from Smith. He'd have found another trouble. He'd have left a finish of 167. But again, in control of a leg on throw.
He's a 140. Leave a finish.
Yep.
100.
Unlucky. Yeah, 95 average Smith, 94 average Brown. It's a decent start to the evening. A lot more to come. Lovely.
137.
Good player. And we saw it in Melbourne and Brisbane, and we're seeing again here in Austria.
95. Raymond, you require 70.
Yep. 88 for another combination finish. Good dance again. 5-2, and the way that he's playing, the way that he's finishing. Gotta be honest, you just can't see a way back for young Keegan.
No, 5 from 7. And on throw, he's absolutely rock solid.
99.
But on throw, Brown has got nowhere near, has he?
No. I think that one chance off the 147. On the screen that the crowd can see, that probably looked in all day.
Well, it was interesting that during the break, neither player actually went off the stage. Keegan Brown was practicing and Raymond Smith was orchestrating the crowd.
140.
Getting the crowd going, getting the crowd on his side.
And again, not bad for him with his height and the way he stacks the darts.
140.
Going very flat. Well, Brown under pressure. Needs to win all the remaining legs.
140.
Good standard. Averages pushing up. Smith far short of 98. Brown 96.
It's frustrating for Keegan. He tends to play a match that he sort of plays to his opponent's level, and he's doing exactly that here. If it's a poor game, he tends to sort of play poorly, but if it's a good match, you can usually find a decent level or a similar level to play at. Smith's already had a ball finish in this match off of 87. You might see another one here. 130 for 420's ball. Can still do it. Trouble for ball. Just in case, leaves double 18.
To stay in the match, to stay in the tournament. He needs tops. Under pressure, gets one back. 3 to go.
Game on.
Raymond Smith will be throwing first in 2 of them. But twice he's had an opportunity, hasn't he? You're just waiting there to see if he could
58.
possibly get his double 18. But that's the worst start to a leg we've seen from the Aussie.
Yep. And they both lifting their averages. 96.45 now for Smith. 95 and change for Brown.
78.
It's dropped down now after the 78. Very, very good standard. But 5 from 7 on the checkouts for Smith has been the difference. 71%. That's world-class finishing. Just when he needs to find a
58.
A 2 treble visit, he's come up dry on the switch.
Just come up a little short, hasn't he?
Yep. Just at key moments. I mean, we say it so often, but in terms of timing, I don't think there's a sport quite like it. But darts, just that one shot can just change a game.
Let's see if Brown can find 1 or 2 shots which will give him a chance to get back into this, but
59.
You have to say at the moment it looks unlikely, and the way they took his darts out then, I just wonder whether he maybe resigned to his fate. Let's see.
Well, while he's still within, 60 odd points, he's got every chance. He'll have to watch himself on this shot. Should go 19s, has done. 2 treble 20s would have left him 167.
59. Raymond Jurek 100.
Well, 6 darts at 146.
Only 60.
A meeting with Raymond van Barneveld. The Battle of the Raymonds.
97. Raymond Jurek 86.
Treble 18, double 16. A convincing 6-3 win and a very, very tidy performance.
70. Keegan, you require 100.
Tell you what it won't be. It won't be 3 balls, but there is so many options off this 150 now with the 2 treble 19s then. Not for me that, but there we go.
96.
Is that the last dart?
Raymond
Brown will
Jurek
throw.
16.
Fifth match start, it doesn't matter. Raymond Smith with a very, very good performance, taking out some big finishes and those key checkouts at key moments at the start of the game. And the Australian, in the end, is a comfortable 6-3 winner over Keegan Brown. It'll be Raymond Smith against Raymond van Barneveld in the second round of the World Series finals here on Saturday night in Vienna.
Not be flying straight back to Brisbane. He's justified his flight over by easing past Keegan Brown in the opening round here in Vienna. 6-3 the scoreline, and it means tomorrow night Raymond Smith meets Raymond van Barneveld in round 2. Well, next up tonight, Chizzy needs to be on top form, as we said earlier. Awesome Dawson Michelle sadly had to withdraw this morning due to illness, so that opening up a match later on, which we're going to see. But now it is Mike Langendorf, who is one of the favourites here. He's German born and bred, but he competes internationally for Austria, which makes him a favourite here, along with Menzel Suljovic, who will be playing tomorrow night with the other seeds, and he is up against yet another Australian, Damon Heta. So let's get the players out on stage.